What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about B3 today, base token. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the price action here. It's very, very tenacious, to say the least, to the downside. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, you are living below the 50. Anytime you get above the 50, it's just a breath of fresh air, and then you're back submerged below it. On the bright side, I can say that you are finding some support at your oversold zone. You're not getting deeper readings into the oversold zone, which is nice. It seems like you're turning the tide a little bit with this thing. Now what you need to do to complete that thought is to not just breathe above the 50, not just take a gasp of fresh air and then get plunged back below, but to actually sustain above the 50 and hopefully get back into the overbought zone, stuff like that. I'm not saying that it's going to have to do this exact thing here. I don't know how it's going to move up. Maybe you're down here for a little bit and then inevitably you move up. Who knows? But I would assume that you are coming to somewhat of a turning point in the price. We look at this thing here, B3. Speaking of turning points, this one here from a low to a high might be a good one to measure off of. Low to high, you are at your 2272, in fact, just below there. Let's see, did you find significance on this fib throughout? I would say you have. I don't like it, though. I don't like it. Let's choose a different one. Let's go a different route. Okay, let's look at this thing on Coinbase, actually. Different route. We're going to look at, oh, that won't help us either. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. Let's see. If not, I might not be able to have extensions on here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I like that. That is some respect there. Cool. So you're finding resistance or support at the 1618 pretty well. Resistance at the 1414 there. Support, yeah, you are respecting this all the way through. So you're at your 2618 here. Okay, cool. Nice, I like that. That gives me a lot of confidence, especially because you've been respecting this all the way down. It gives me a lot of confidence that you can and probably do find support here. I will say it's very uncommon that you wick through the 2618. Sometimes you wick through the 2618, but oftentimes it's something like this. You know what I mean? Nothing quite like this substantial beyond. This could imply that you have a little bit lower to go in the area that I call the money zone, normally for the bullish endeavors, but this might be the money zone in the sense of buying at the 2886 to 3113. It's very possible you could go here. I don't think you do, and I'll tell you why in a second, but if you were to go down there, that'd be something of a 15% to a 24% drop. Base, what are you at, base? I might need to finally buy into some base token, you guys. Let's see, what are you at? 102 million. Oh, look at that. $100 million, you guys. Psychological level of support there at $100 million market cap, too. Look at all that volume. 36.6. That's good volume, you guys. That is, if you see that kind of volume with this kind of market cap and you are not really moving down at all, don't get me wrong. You move down here about 5% on that little 4-hour candle, but you're not moving down a lot in relativity to your market cap. That kind of volume could definitely sustain a bigger move than that. That's good, man. You're at your 2618 too, and beyond all that, if you look at this, you're basically getting a double bottom here on the beginning of your price actions history as a complete thing here. It's a very new coin. We're on the 4-hour basis, and this is your all-time history here. But I have a feeling that you are, if you haven't found your low, you're very, very close. I have a hard time seeing you go to the money zone here, the 2886 to the 3113, because that would take you to new lows. That would take you to new lows on this chart here, and I don't think that happens. That would take you below $100 million psychological level of support. I don't think you do that. I want to see real quick. Let's just pay attention and see if we see any differences here in the market cap and the price. We shouldn't. The fully diluted valuation is 481 million. Okay, so there are a lot of tokens that are yet to be unlocked, but I believe they're not to be unlocked until the end of 2025 and then beyond that too. So this whole bull market should be unaffected by these token unlocks. So if anybody says they don't like the tokenomics, well, I understand that maybe to some degree, but those tokens are going to get unlocked at the height of the bull market / the beginning of the bear market. So I don't think it'll affect any of your bullish endeavors, okay? But what I want to make sure is that the price does not look too different from the market cap. Let's just see. I want it to be the exact same. Come on now. It looks the same. That's good. Look at that. You're right down at the lows of the market cap. Boom. Same thing at the price. Yes. That's what we want to see. Okay, good. That means that there haven't been any tokens unlocked. There's nothing that's causing the price to bleed while the market cap is actually holding up well. So that's good. That's good. And you're getting a good bit of volume. I think here is probably a really good area to buy. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but just for reference, right? If we think about it this way, it was February 10th, the very end of February 10th. I'm going to delete all this stuff, okay? February 10th. Very, very end of February 10th, when it came to the next day, like February 11th, basically the end of February 12th, or the very beginning of February 12th, end of February 11th, you were up 310%. It took you 2 days to move up 310%. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying that you're going to make that same exact move in 2 days. I'm just saying, who knows, man? You could. You've done it before. Likely what you're going to do is you're going to find resistance at prior areas of resistance here. You're going to find resistance at prior areas of support here. You're going to find resistance at prior areas of resistance and support there. I would assume that as you work your way up, you're going to move up faster than you moved down, but I don't think it's going to be as fast as this. I would assume that you're going to be a little bit methodical. Once you move up, you're going to see these nice explosive endeavors, and then you'll come down and you'll find support, and then explosive endeavor, and then find support. You'll be more of a stair step instead of this long lull of just like moving down. It doesn't have to happen now. I'm pretty confident that you found your low, but I'm not confident that you're due for a move up just yet today. Maybe over the coming days, maybe sometime next week or the week after. It could be toward the end of March. It doesn't have to be anytime necessarily soon on a 4-hour basis. Generally with movements like this, whoops, I'm not drawing it the best, but you would expect that it does kind of rounding out, which would not imply right through the roof. It could happen. Don't get me wrong. It could happen. You're basically at a double bottom, and you're at your 2618 extension from the high to low consolidation phase you had there. But likely you see something that, again, you probably find resistance at about 0.0065. You're at 0.0048 right now, so you probably make a move up there. I would assume, if not by the end of this week, sometime early next week, I would assume that you do move up here. You probably find resistance and then come back down to find support at a higher low. And then maybe you continue again, you do something like this. Maybe it's not quite as volatile. It's more tame. Who knows? Maybe it's more volatile. But I would assume that it would likely be the middle of March, sometime not necessarily next week, but the following week, starting on the 17th and beyond, that you would start to see some more massive stair-stepping recoveries happen with this thing. Whenever it does come time to recover, and I'm fairly confident that that's your low, so I feel good about taking this high to low right now. When it does come time to recover, you take this high to low here. Let me just make sure that nobody could see that. Okay, good. High to low. You're at about half a cent right now. When it does come time to recover, your minimum expected target, this is the absolute lowest that I could see you achieving by the end of April, let alone probably even by the end of March, to be completely fair, would be something on the lines of about a 6x from here. That's your minimum target. When this move is all said and done, maybe I should throw timing out of it. We should just say when this move is all said and done. Does that mean the bull cycle? No, just the move. The move itself will likely be over at a minimum of about 2.9 cents, which would be about a 6x from here from 0.00482. The maximum expectation, based on the primary fib target zone, would be something on the lines of about a 10x from here, right? 888%, that a 900% move would be a 10x. So just under a 10x, something like that, right under 5 cents. That could happen. I could definitely see that happening. But in all fairness, you don't have to stop there. And when I say expectations, I mean this is the minimum expectation. I did say maximum expectation, but I should rephrase that. I need to get better about that. Maximum for this zone. Okay, if you stop here, that's fine, and you absolutely could stop here. If you stop here, that's fine. You could stop here by the end of this move, wherever it is. But when you break above the golden ratio, whenever that is, whether it's this move or the next move, whether it's by the end of April or by the end of June, whenever you move up above 4.7818 cents, you will likely continue, and your minimum target would be at 7 cents. Your maximum target then would be at 20 cents. And when I say that again, I mean minimum of the range, maximum of the range, okay? 1272 to 1618, that's your primary target zone. The next one is your secondary target zone, the 1886 to the 2618. I should call it like, I should come up with something else, like different names for it, just for fun, right? Nothing that like something silly. I don't know. I'll think about it and I'll come back to you guys with some new material and we'll try it out. If you get above the golden ratio, make no mistake, you guys, before April, if you get above the golden ratio before April, if you can get, not just on a price perspective, not just on a wicking perspective, but on a closing perspective, I would like to see a daily close above 4.7818 cents. If you can do that, likely you won't stop until you're at about 7 cents, which would then imply that from the current price right now, that's an overall 14.6x. Okay, 14.6x would take you from $100 million to about 1.4, a little bit over $1.4 billion, right? Something like that. If we go higher, and we could go higher, we could hit the 2272. Maybe you see a 24x. Maybe you see something as high as a 42x. And I know a lot of people might look at that and you say, 42x by the end of April, man, you're crazy. It seems crazy. It seems crazy to me. I'm not calling for it. I'm just addressing what the possibilities here, what the potential is. And I'm not saying that it happens. A 42x from here, that'd be like a near $5 billion market cap, $4.5 billion market cap, right? It wouldn't be near 5. It'd be closer to like 4.5. Yeah, 4 to 4.5, somewhere in there. Because you are at 103 million right now. Oof. I don't think that you're going to hit 20 cents, but I really do encourage or like the idea of this move overall ending at something that is at about a 10x to potentially something that's at about a 25, maybe even a 30x, something in that range. I really do entertain the thought, the notion of going above 12.3 cents whenever this move is all said and done. You're very new. You're very, very new, and you sold off a lot at first. This is very encouraging, at least for any person that wants to invest, right? A lot of people know better. No offense, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but a lot of people know better than to invest in something right at its listing if it pumps. They wait. And what do they wait for? What do the big dogs who want to invest in this wait for? What are the guys who like me? I wouldn't say I'm a big dog, right? I think when I say big dogs in the space, I mean the guys that have like $100 million or more to their crypto accounts, right? Billionaires, whatever, like the guys that run the space, the whales in the space. What do they look for? They look for the price to return back to the lows of what we have on our readings here, right? This is the time when the smart money gets in, okay? And the smart money is not going to get out for anything less than new all-time highs. And they're all aware of these targets too. They all have their expectations. I don't know where it's going to end. We don't have enough data to successfully generate a likelihood as to where this could end, right? I'm saying that you could go to anything from a 25x, maybe a 30x. I would say that's just as likely as hitting a 6x, which is crazy, right? It's just as likely in my opinion. The most likely is that you'd go somewhere in between, something on the lines of a 9.9x to potentially a 14x or even a 17x, somewhere in this kind of zone. That's what I would expect the most. But it's not fair of me to say. There's not enough historical data. Who knows, man? Maybe you do pull a 42x, a miraculous move whenever this is all said and done. You have a very low market cap, and this is a very promising project. I think it is. If you don't know about this project, you should read the white paper. I encourage you to read the white paper. Go on the website. CoinMarketCap makes it easy here whenever you do this kind of stuff. You just click on that there. Learn about it. It's a layer 3, hence B3 on base, right? On base chain. Created by a team of base Coinbase alumni. Do not, Coinbase, not the other word, alumni and OG ETH contributors. B3, so it sounds like you got some crypto OGs up in here. It's a gaming platform, huh? That's kind of interesting. I think it's kind of interesting. It's more than just a gaming platform too, in my opinion, but apparently that's what they're seeming to gear it towards. I feel like whenever I first read about it, maybe that's new, or maybe I was reading about it through something else, but I didn't remember it being so heavily involved in gaming. But that seems to be what their mission statement is. It seems, play games on B3 today. Well, I read the white paper whenever I first started talking about it, but it's been a while, so I might have to refresh my mind, because if I invest in things, I like to read the white paper. I like to know what I'm investing in. I very much do expect they're about to rip. I very much do expect, and when I say about to, I don't mean today, I don't mean tomorrow, I don't even mean this week, but probably starting sometime after the 17th or on the 17th of this month, after the midway point of this month, I would expect base starts to move up, B3 starts to move up, and then going into the end of April, I think this move will have full resolution at anything from a 6x at a minimum to a 40x at a maximum. I'm thinking most likely something between a 9.8x to a 17x, somewhere in there. That's my thoughts, but it's not really fair to lean one way or another. We don't know, right? If anything can happen. You could stop, you could dump, you could plummet, probably not. You could stop at prices that are way higher than anything that I've talked about, but it's likely going to see something rather miraculous over the coming months, and I'm definitely interested in this thing, and I plan on buying some over the coming days. I don't know if I'll buy here. Should I buy here? I feel like I should buy here. I might buy this thing, you guys. I might buy this here. I'll let you know if I do. I'll make a post on x.com if I do, or in the Discord, as well as the Discord, I should say. I always do whenever I make a purchase. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. The only reason why I'm scratching my head on buying this right now is I've got money that is set to buy another crypto that I have my eyes on, and I'm pretty married to that idea. But I wouldn't mind diversifying because I already have some of that other crypto anyways. So I might have to move some money around. I might have to figure some things out. But you know, times like this is right before the liftoff, right before the whole space is about to move up. This is whenever you get your plays set up, you make your moves, you move things around, you get things set up for this next phase to come. And I think this one is going to have a good. I mean, 6x at a minimum sounds pretty damn good to me, man. So I'm probably gonna hop in on this thing. I will let you guys know. I will make a post on x.com. I will make a post in the Discord if I do. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye bye.